Have you ever felt like your life was one long storm, like you were born into a war you didn't start, fighting battles you never asked for? Well, I have something to tell you today. Congratulations. It's done. Yes, what you've been through is over. That season is finished. You will never have to go through that again. You see, the chosen ones, the ones who carry the light, the ones who love deeply, the ones who never fit in, are often given the hardest tests. Because your soul isn't here for comfort, it's here for growth. You weren't being punished, you were being prepared. Every tear, every heartbreak, every sleepless night was shaping you into the version of yourself that could handle the blessing that's now on its way. For years, you thought you were breaking, but really you were becoming. The pain didn't destroy you, it rebuilt you. It stripped away what was weak, so your strength could finally emerge. You outgrew people who were never meant to go where you're going. You lost things that were never meant to stay. You survived seasons that were meant to bury you, and somehow you bloomed instead. And now life is shifting, the energy around you is changing, the universe has seen enough, you've learned the lesson. You've paid the price, you've passed the test, now comes the peace, now comes the overflow, now comes the chapter where you finally rest in your power. Listen to me, chosen one, you didn't come this far to go back, you didn't endure hell just to stand still. That version of you who suffered, cried, doubted, and begged for the pain to end, that version has served its purpose. So today, I want you to do something bold. Take a deep breath and say these words out loud. It's done. I'm free, I made it, because you did. You made it through what others didn't survive. You kept your heart soft in a world that tried to harden it. You kept your faith when you had every reason to give up. That's not weakness, that's divine strength. So when I say congratulations, I mean it. You have officially graduated from that version of yourself who lived in survival mode. The lessons have been learned, the karma has been cleared, the new season has already begun. From now on, peace will be your default setting. Joy will find you easily, and everything you thought you lost will return to you, upgraded, refined, and aligned with your destiny. Chosen one, it's done. You'll never have to go through that again, because now you are the storm, and peace follows wherever you go. You weren't being punished, you were being prepared. This single line carries the weight of transformation, healing, and understanding. Most people spend their lives asking why pain found them, why certain doors closed, or why love turned into loss. They see their struggles as signs of bad luck or divine punishment, when in truth, those very struggles were the tools shaping them into who they were meant to become. Life doesn't hand you pain to break you, it gives you pain to awaken you. When everything around you starts falling apart, it's easy to believe that life is cruel or unfair. But what if those moments were actually the universe clearing space for something greater? What if the delays, the heartbreaks, the betrayals, and the rejections were not barriers, but preparation? Every storm has a purpose, and every setback hides a seed of strength. You weren't being punished for wanting more. You were being prepared to handle it. Preparation often looks like struggle. Think about how gold is purified. It must go through fire to shine. The same is true for your soul. The moments that tested you, the nights that made you cry, the days when you felt forgotten, those were your fires. And while you were inside them, you couldn't see what they were building. But now, looking back, you realize they made you wiser, stronger, and more compassionate. If life gave you everything you wanted without teaching you patience, you would have lost it all. If you were given love before you learned self-worth, you would have accepted anything. If success came before discipline, it would have destroyed you. The universe had to delay certain things so you could grow into someone capable of holding them. That delay was not denial, it was divine timing. When you start to understand that your challenges were a form of preparation, your whole energy shifts. You stop asking why me, and start saying thank you for trusting me with this lesson. Every lesson was teaching you resilience. Every loss was teaching you detachment. Every rejection was redirecting you to where you truly belong. The preparation phase is painful because it often isolates you. It forces you to face your own shadows, to question everything, to rebuild from nothing. But when you come out of that darkness, you no longer move through life as a victim. You move as someone who has seen the storm and learned to dance in the rain. You no longer chase what's temporary, you attract what's aligned. So when you hear the words, you weren't being punished, you were being prepared. Let them sink into your heart. Let them remind you that your pain had a purpose. You weren't abandoned, you were being strengthened. Every hardship was the universe whispering, "Hold on, something greater is coming." And now that you've endured it, you're no longer the same. You are prepared, refined, and ready for everything meant for you. The pain didn't destroy you, it rebuilt you. Pain has a way of making you believe that everything is falling apart, that you'll never recover, that you've lost too much to ever be whole again. But the truth is, pain is a master builder. It tears down what is false so it can rebuild you with truth, strength, and authenticity. When life broke you, it wasn't ending you. It was reshaping you into something unshakable. Pain strips away illusions. It exposes what's real. When you go through deep hurt, you start to see who truly cares, what truly matters, and who you really are beneath everything you used to depend on. You stop pretending. You stop seeking approval. Pain forces you to meet yourself face to face. It humbles you, but it also awakens you. It shows you that your strength isn't in avoiding suffering, but in rising above it. Every tear you cried watered the seeds of your future. Every heartbreak gave you wisdom that comfort could never teach. Every failure showed you the path to resilience. When you look back, you'll see that the pain didn't destroy you. It rebuilt your character, your patience, your faith. It took away the old version of you that was surviving and gave birth to the version of you that is now living with awareness. There's a moment in everyone's life when they think, "I can't take this anymore," but then they do. And that moment changes everything. That's the moment when pain shifts from being your enemy to your greatest teacher. Because the truth is, strength isn't born in comfort, it's born in chaos. Growth doesn't happen when life is easy. It happens when everything feels impossible, yet you keep going anyway. Pain rebuilds you from the inside out. It changes how you see people, how you love, and how you dream. It rebuilds your priorities, teaching you that peace is more valuable than popularity, and authenticity is worth more than attention. Pain also rebuilds your faith. It teaches you to trust life even when you don't understand it. You begin to realize that every ending is just a disguised beginning. What once hurt you now fuels you. The same experiences that broke your heart gave you empathy. The same darkness that frightened you helped you recognize your own light. You no longer chase the things that once distracted you, because pain rebuilt you with focus and purpose. You see now that you were never destroyed. You were being transformed. When you understand this truth, you stop fearing pain. You start respecting it. You start seeing it as a signal that change is coming, not punishment. Pain was never your downfall, it was your rebirth. So when life gets heavy again, remember what you've already survived. You're not the same person who once broke down. You are the person who rebuilt themselves from ashes into power. The pain didn't destroy you, it rebuilt you into something indestructible. It's done, you're free, you made it. These words carry the weight of every storm you've survived, every silent battle you've fought, and every tear you've wiped away when no one else was there. They are not just words, they are a declaration that your pain has an ending, that your story has turned a page, and that your soul can finally breathe again. You've come out of the darkness, that once convinced you there was no way forward. And now you stand in the light that you created through endurance, faith, and strength. For a long time, you lived in survival mode, constantly fighting to hold yourself together while the world around you kept falling apart. You carried pain in your heart but still showed up every day, still gave love, still believed that somehow things would get better. And now they have, it's done. You don't need to keep replaying the moments that hurt you. You don't need to keep punishing yourself for what went wrong. The lesson has been learned, and the burden no longer belongs to you. Freedom doesn't always come in a single moment. Sometimes it arrives quietly. One day you simply wake up and realize that the things that once broke you no longer have power over you. The thoughts that once haunted you have lost their voice. The people who hurt you no longer control your peace. That's when you know you're free. Freedom isn't forgetting what happened. It's understanding that what happened no longer defines you. You are not your pain, your mistakes, or your past. You are the person who overcame them. Making it through doesn't mean life became easy. It means you became unbreakable. You didn't make it because everything went right. You made it because you refused to give up when everything went wrong. You made it because you decided that pain would not be your ending. Every scar on your heart is proof that you fought battles most people know nothing about, and still you're here. Stronger, wiser, and softer all at once. You've made it through loneliness, doubt, and disappointment. You've faced endings you didn't expect, losses you couldn't control, and moments that tested your faith. Yet here you are, still standing. That's victory. You made it not by escaping pain, but by transforming through it. Every time you chose peace instead of revenge, every time you chose hope instead of despair, you were rewriting your future. Now the chapter of struggle is closing. The energy that once held you down is releasing its grip. It's time to walk in peace, to trust that what's meant for you will flow easily, and to let joy return to your life without fear. You no longer need to fight the same battles you've already won. It's done. You're free. You made it. The storm has passed, and the sunlight that touches your soul now is yours to keep forever.